What's your favourite song?
On that album?
Yeah. If you could choose one, let's find out what's on the album.
I can't remember.
Like, which one do you like best and why?
At the moment, I like Heart Out the best.
Why?
Because it's a lot of fun to play live, and another one of my best mates who played the sax on this album, I grew up with.
Yeah.
He's on tour with us, not on this tour, but he's on tour with us for the majority of the time, and he plays sax live in that, and he plays it in Pressure, and obviously when you add anything new to a set you've been playing for a long time, it becomes really exciting. Exactly. So I'd say Heart Out at the moment. It's my favourite.
All right.
Yeah.
Mine is there somebody who can
Oh, really?
Yeah, who can watch you.
It's a very special song.
Yeah, because I saw like the meaning of it all. I found that out because I personally like it. And it's funny because my mum's selling my, like where I grew up in, that house that I grew up in. That's where I'm just like listening to it constantly. Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's quite hard, like moving and all. I find that quite difficult.
I'd kind of lived away from home, but I'd never kind of like got my own place properly. And it was just everything had kind of come at one time. So it's kind of song just about loss, I suppose, or about guilt and stuff like that. But I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. Talk about like it. You asked a journalist, I've obviously read a lot about you, and there was one that said, you asked a journalist if he likes you. Yeah. Is that still important? And you said like it's important for you that people like you. Is that still like that? Especially now having this year where you've obviously had like good feedback and bad feedback.
It is, but that was slightly misinterpreted. Not by the journalist at all. He got me down to a T, Michael, and I like him a lot. I have a lot of respect for him. It was well good. It was a good interview. I liked it. And the thing is, the reason that I asked that question was because it does matter to me. And I was trying to highlight the fact that all of these people think that there's kind of, all of these journalists have open ground to be as critical or give as much praise as they want. But what I wanted to highlight to him is that I was 23, I did that interview, and I was nervous, and he was a grown-up. He was a big grown-up journalist from The Guardian, and I wanted to express that he needs to know that that is, whether people say it or not, whether kids in bands say that or not, it does matter to them because they wouldn't be doing that interview if they didn't care. And I think I was more making the point of the fact that I don't care what people write about me. Yeah. I don't care what people think about me because I can only really believe and care about that of which I understand and that of which I'm in control of. Yeah, obviously. So if I don't even have time, like you said, to ring my mum very often. Yeah. So spending time resenting or worrying about what people are writing about me, I don't have the time to care about that. If I did, maybe I would, but I simply don't. So my point I was making in that interview was, but when it's one-on-one, when it's just a conversation with somebody, then fucking I care if they like me or not. Yeah. I think not from a perspective of being needy. Or like comforting, like it's comforting you. It goes back to that religion thing. It's the only thing that matters. Yeah. You can talk about life and you can talk about everything as much as you want and what's going to be and what's going to happen before and afterwards. But the only thing that is ever going to happen to any of us is our interaction with human beings. So not to kind of restrain that or not make it as beautiful as possible or as interesting or as enlightening, then is a bit of a waste. So you should care how you're connecting with people. Why would someone not care about that? I think it's a bit can you say ignorant? I'm not quite sure if that's the right word, but like if you don't care, if you give a shit about other people around you and everything, that's a bit. Yeah, exactly. So you should care about how people feel and how people feel about you in turn. I think it's a good thought. So isn't that difficult, like in this industry, I'll call it, like because like NME said that you were like nominated or got the award for worst band of the year. I thought that was quite. I was like, well, that's not very nice, is it? Oh, but they're not. They don't care about being nice, though. Yeah, but I take you as a kind of band that you can't not like. You don't have to make me feel better. No, I'm not. That's my personal opinion. Like I didn't think that was very nice. No, I suppose it's not very nice. I don't really understand the I didn't really understand it. People were talking to me about it. I wasn't like annoyed about it. It's just strange, isn't it, that because it's a music publication. Yeah. And the way that I imagine getting into writing about music comes from a love of music, right? Like that's what it's about. That's what we're all here for. So to have something where the fundamentals are based on the love of music, and then have a part of it where you're discussing the worst things seems a bit of a waste of time.
The focus is a bit weird.
But anyway, you know what, the NME, like, and I don't really know why they're making it a competition, because I don't think of music as a competition, and I've not been slagging off the NME.
No.
And if they want to make it a competition, we sold more albums in the first week than they can sell magazines in a year. And
boom.
Well, no, it's not like that. If you want me to articulate how I feel about the NME, is I genuinely believe that they are a childish, kind of facetious publication, and they're obsolete in both format and opinion, and they have the editorial continuity of a logbook at a swimming pool because it's written by students. Yeah. That's what I think about the NME.
Oh, well,
but anyway, fuck them. Who gives a fuck? Doesn't matter.